And we are back. Minecraft hardcore here in our house. So last time we got all the diamonds. Maybe not all of the diamonds. Let me look. And some emeralds. We got to put those away. But today we're going to be focusing on enchanting, or at least getting started at enchanting. And this might take a little bit to really get it going. We need to get XP going, as I'm pointing at here. Currently level 28. I'd like to get that up, of course. We also need to get ourselves an enchanting table, which is going to require diamonds and obsidian, and I think a book, if I remember correctly. And then on top of that, we're going to need to make bookshelves, and a good amount of them, which is going to require lots of books. Lots of books. So we need a lot of leather, a lot of sugarcane. So we've got a lot to do. And as I'm recording this, it is nearly 11 in the PM. So there's a chance that I may record some tonight, and then tomorrow there may be an outfit attire change in the middle of this. But that's what we're doing. So let me take a little looky-loo, not looky-who. Let's put this in there, this in there. And I think the first thing we want to do, we got some iron to smelt, so we can go ahead and knock that out. A little bit of steak. This has nothing in it currently, so you know what? Get that iron going. Some composters. I might put those away. But over outside of our house, let's come on over this way. If you remember, was adjusting the microphone, ran into some stuff. If you remember, back over here, somewhere, the exact location is lost to time. No, it's right over here. We've got all of this lava to work with, and we're going to take this water, we're going to put it down, and it's going to become obsidian. That's the idea. Anyway, so do this. Oh, now we've got obsidian. And we need to get a diamond pickaxe in order to mine this out. I'm going to get a decent amount, so that way later on when we need to make our nether portal, I will have all of that. So I'm going to sit here for a bit and basically mine this up. In fact, let me actually get some water going, because if there's more lava underneath, then I want to avoid that. So I'm going to sit here, do this for just a bit. Actually, I probably should have dug that hole first and then put the water down. So actually, let me adjust that. Do that. There we go. Ooh, ice bucket challenge. All right, I'm going to mine out some obsidian for a little bit. Depending on how long that takes, we may get a little bit of sleep in this, but it's time to get that obsidian going, so I'll see you in a second. All right, so currently we are sitting on 18 obsidian. That should be a good amount. Now, sun is setting, so we'll start to head home. But along with needing the obsidian, we've got all the sugarcane, which is going to help, make our paper, of course. And then we've got the wheat over here because we're going to need to get some cows going. So I'm going to basically take this. We're going to extend it out a little bit. I may relocate the sugarcane somewhere because it's real easy to just pick up and replant. But that's for another time. We need to get back here. See what we are lacking in making an enchanting table, not obsidian. We don't make the obsidian, we just gather it. All right. So currently, if I were to look for an enchanting table, we got the obsidian, we need 2 diamonds, and we need 1 book. Now, we've got some leather. Do we already have... I don't think. I should have looked. No. No. And we got some paper. Good. So we got that. And now we just need some diamonds. Just like that. So, let's come back to here. Come over to... Am I missing it? Hold on. What happened? What am I missing? Oh, I need to make the book. One book. There we go. Now, enchanting table. There we are. Boom. Bip. Excellent. Now, as far as where that enchanting table is going to really sit in our house, it could be here. You know, we may fill in the space a little bit with our bookshelves and whatnot. Up here, there's not a lot of room to work with. This is one tiny disadvantage to having a smaller house. But we could also dig down and make a basement, potentially. But for now, I just want to get the enchanting table put down. It's all nice and shiny and glowy. The book follows us. Spooky. Anywho, so if we were to, for example, take our pickaxe, we need some lapis, and we could get efficiency 1, unbreaking 1, efficiency 1, and then maybe some other stuff as well, some other enchantments, potentially. But we need to put some lapis in there in order to get these going. So that will come a little later. So let's put this back here. Obsidian, you can stay there for now. Now I need to focus on paper, leather. That's the main focus for right now. But we need to get some sleep. Let's come on up. A little bit of rest, a little hydration as well. Okay. So, the next order of business. Let me take a little look here. Plenty of sugarcane. Wheat seeds is what we're looking at. Do you want to plant beetroot and melon? Might as well. Might as well take that. Let's expand our farm land quite a bit. Potatoes, I mean, we've only got 2, but we can plant them at least. Pumpkins, I'm not too worried about planting at the moment. Let me just rearrange some stuff there. So we need our hair, which is... I should probably make a better one, maybe out of iron or something like that. But let's bring this. Let's get a little bit of iron. Speaking of... Oh, wrong one. Speaking of, bip, there we go. Let's get iron hair. Like that. Okay, I keep forgetting what is what. Eventually, this storage situation will be squared away and taken care of. Now, let's come out over this way and look around. I think first order of business is I'm going to clear out the sugarcane, and I'm essentially going to take what we've done with the wheat here and expand it out this way. The sugarcane, we might find a nice place nearby, but lots of wheat. Oh, I've got my mouse charging, so it's the cable's making it drift a little bit, but want to take this, expand it out, sugarcane somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe I'll take this and expand it out even further this way. So what I'm going to do now is start breaking stuff down, expanding the farmland, if you will, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to come back once we have harvested, moved, resituated, got all of that ready. Then we'll head over to the cows and start making some more. So see you then. All right, so we got farm 2.0. Like I said, I took what we did over here, just doubled it, moved, another one here. Got the little place for the water source to grow to fill out the 9x9. Sugarcane, I've just moved over to here. It is currently 7, if I counted correctly, sugarcanes on each side. We don't need as much sugarcane because it grows pretty quickly. We get a lot of return from it. For example, like right now I've got 46 plus all that we saw back there. Now, next thing. Cows. So before it gets to be nighttime, we need to get some more cows. Hello. Moo, moo, moo. You, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. And, sorry, buddy. You need a friend who will hopefully arrive soon enough, so to speak. But we'll just put this away for now. Go store our goods, get another bit of sleep. My mouse keeps getting, or the cord for it keeps getting caught. And I think the basement mention that I had is going to be a good idea. So I think what I'll do is I'll find a place. We'll just dig down. Who knows? There might be something underneath our house already that we, might run into. But, build down a little bit. Make it, match stylistically a little bit with what we've got here. Use that potentially for the enchanting room or for storage. One or the other. So, I'm going to come back in here. And I think get some sleep. And I'm going to start digging down because we got to wait a little while for the cows to grow up a little bit, for the wheat to grow, for the sugarcane to grow. We've got some waiting to do at this point. So, let's wait, shall we? All right, so I've got the basement prepped. So essentially built out a little hole here, some ladders going down. I've decided this upper area is still going to be storage, and below, in our basement, right here, will be enchanting. I've got some dirt blocks laid out to represent where the bookshelves are going to go. Obviously, we can do some, decorations and stuff later, but just to get the layout of where our 15 bookshelves need to go. We've got that set currently, so we're in a good spot. Let's go check on our wheats and our cows and all of that fun stuff real quick. Let's take nice little bit of wheat with us, speaking of. All right, so it looks like things are starting to come in nicely over here. Sugarcane, as you can see, is ready to go. We've already got a good chunk of already ready to harvest wheat. Love to see it. Again, I'm more concerned about getting the cows. So cow. Ran out of wheat. Let me come back, get that XP. There we go. Let's grab a bit more wheat, shall we? And then I'll run back over there, get those cows some more. And it's more of a waiting game at this point. I'm just going to break off a little bit of this. Close the door. There we go. Let's come on over. Whatever cows did not get the wheat. It's kind of hard to tell once they reached this many. I think that was just one. Other than... Oh, nope. There we go. And another baby cow. Okay. So at this point, it's just a matter of waiting a couple of days. Really? While they do that, I wait on this wheat to grow, which could take a little bit of time. In the village, I don't think there's really much for us that we need to do right now. We can go check and see if there are more villagers, but I'm not too concerned. We've already got a good amount of emeralds ready. I might go do some mining while I wait. Just basically killing time is really what I'm doing. I might also even build a mine a little closer to home instead of having to travel back up there or back over here. Who knows? Might even go explore a little bit. I'm not entirely sure. It's just a waiting game at this point before we can really get the enchanting going. Speaking of mining, I need to check our lapis because I don't know how much we have. I hope that perfect timing for that. We have none lapis. So for right now, let's just put those there. I do need to go mining. We need lapis for enchanting. Now, as far as where to mine specifically, well, let's come back over. I don't need that wheat. I need to clear out some space. I just need some essentials. It looks like I'm going to need an axe as well here pretty soon. Just put this wheat back there. Yeah, probably need to make an axe. I had to make a shovel recently. That's okay. Let's get 1, 2, 3 of those. Turn around here, make that axe just to be ready. Everything else is looking good. I don't know why I have arrows on me. Oh, I need that coal. Thank you very much. Get those arrows away. All right, let's go back underground because we now need lapis. I thought we had some, but completely wrong on that. Goodbye, cows. I'll see you soon. So, back to the mines. There we are. Found some lapis. I found some iron, and I was digging out, like, down, found a little bit more, but this tunnel comes back, if you want to look. Here's our initial mine that we had, so, go down that way. Here's, where we found all kinds of cool stuff. I decided, you know what, let's keep digging this way. Found a little bit of iron, dig a little further, and boom, lapis. We have found it. Huzzah. Now, granted, we'll need more than just, a couple, but we've got 19 just off of those 3 right there. So that's a pretty good start, I would say. Anything else? Nope. Okay. 19's good for us to start with. I think the amount of lapis we need to do a highest level enchantment is 5, if I remember correctly. So it's probably going to be a good idea. Just keep searching around a little bit, see if we can accumulate more since we get so much out of so little on the ore side of things. So I'm just going to keep digging. Found some more diamonds, so that's cool. Ooh, next to some lapis. Very nice. Let's just dig this out, shall we? Be careful. Okay. This is a pretty nice... Oh, hello. This is why you dig out around. Nice. Oh, forgot to pick that up. Okay, so we've got a full stack and a little bit of lapis, 4 diamonds. That's some good success. Iron from a little bit earlier. I think this is a good place for now to say we're good to head back and, keep working on the cows and the books and the wheat and all of that fun stuff. So, back to the surface. So we're getting close to the surface. It is nighttime, which could prove to be interesting. Here's zombies. Yep, plenty of them. Let's just keep moving. Sprint. There we go. All right. Skeletons shooting at us. Cows. Duck. Cover. All right, let's make it back home. Hello, house. Boom. Bip. Upstairs. And sleep. Safe. So that's good. All right, now let's go check carefully. Check on all the stuffs. Cow's probably still going to be baby cow. Skeleton up there. Oh, something with poof. Should go investigate that. Oh, I heard it, but didn't get the shield up in time. Boom. Take that. Let's get a little bit of noms real quick. Alright, let's come back here. Talk to the skeleton. Oh, there's a creeper right there. Alright, so there will... that skeleton. Creeper, keep that in mind. Don't forget. Okay. Heard that sheep's footsteps first and was like, whoop, who are you? Where are you? That skeleton go away, or am I in the wrong spot? Oh, picked up something. That could be probably flesh. Oh, there's a skeleton. And I'm engaging in combat for sure because we want the experience to get up to level 30. Now, if you recall before, we had that spider spawner that I said we could turn into a, pseudo XP farm. But eventually, I'm going to build out a real proper XP farm. There's another skeleton. Combat engage. Let's just make sure in this direction there's no, creepers or anything. And I really want to get an infinity bow. Because then that would make this whole, like, oh, you know, engage from a distance a lot better for us. Okay. Getting closer to that level 30 for those top level enchantments. See, sheep. That creeper, though, has either camouflaged itself or has wandered off. One of the tricky parts about being in a forest, heavily wooded trees kind of area is that the baddies can hang out underneath all the trees, and creepers can just go wherever. Alright, I think we're okay to move. Keep my back to the house here. Just want to check on my wheats real quick, see how they're doing. Quite nice. Sugarcane's just about full. Those cows are doing okay. So I'd say this is an alright little area to continue waiting. Alright, so while we're waiting, I went ahead and made the amount of books I can, currently, which is 6. That'll get us 2 of the bookshelves. So we're going to make all 2 of them. Boom. Let's go ahead and get those placed down. So start here. Boom. Boom. Like that. And they're sending their extra knowledge and enchanting ways over to our enchanting table. So if I were to look currently, efficiency, unbreaking, efficiency, it will take 8 levels of XP to get that done, and 3 Lapis Lazuli or Lazuli, however you want to pronounce it. But we're still going to continue building this out. So, slowly but surely, we're getting there. All right, so while we're progressing forward, I have acquired a decent amount of beef. To go with the leather, I made 2 more bookshelves just a moment ago. Already placed those. And I thought now would be a good time to make something that will cook food a little bit faster. So first thing I'm going to need is a furnace. And then with that furnace and some logs, we are going to make ourselves a smoker, which is basically going to take food, cook it much, much faster. So here we go. And with this, you know what? We'll just go ahead and place it down here. I'm going to take a little bit of my coal to go in there. Take this raw beef. And boom. It's just going to cook that up nice and quick. There we are. Steaks galore. So, there we go. A little bit more progress has been made. And so in my waiting and gathering of materials, namely I came over to our tree farm. Little area. Look at our mega spruce. Look at it. A couple of mega spruces. Been replanting some of this acacia that I chopped down. Just, you know, more utility. Got a nice oak that's going over there. But, anywho, come over here. We found ourselves a little bit of a cave. So let me make a few more torches because we are getting a little low. Let's dive on in here a little bit and see. Oh, hello, got some iron. Now this is dropping down into a considerably larger cave. So may have to come back later, may not, you know, depends. But you can at least pick up a little bit of iron while we're here. I don't think we've seen this cave before. I know we've found a couple of caves, you know, randomly in some places, but I thought, well, who knows, could be something interesting. So it's nice to know under this kind of hill plateau area, there's a decent cave system that could link up to what we've already found previously. Like right up here, there might be something. So let's come on over. Again, some of these I can't remember if we've actually looked at or not. I usually will put down torches and just leave them, if that's the case. Let's see. You know, come on in. Say hello. potentially. Alright, bit of coal. Sheep. Iron, alright. Okay. So see? Just a small cave. Nothing too crazy, noteworthy. Decent amount of iron, though. Always good to have around. Even though, yes, we have diamonds. But still, let's just drop on down here. Light this up a touch. Make our way... Oh, there we go. Back out. Let's also just pick up this coal. So I'm going to pick this coal up, and, well, you guessed it. Keep waiting. Alright, found a interesting, well, potential hole in the ground. Potential cave. So our house is back up this way. Here's our little mountain ridge range. So, like I said, this has got some potential. It's a little open, but I think what I'm going to do is let's go back to the house, rest for the evening, and then come back in the morning and check that out. And it is a good morning, in Minecraft, that is. For me, it's a little after midnight now. Oh, here's a skeleton somewhere. That's... Ooh, there's a bit of an opening below us. Here's that structure, so to speak, that I saw a moment ago. It's sneaking a little bit, namely so we don't fall off of anything. There's definitely something happening down there. Okay. Who knows? Maybe this connects over to that. Let's come on over this way. Let's find some stuff out. Right. Just survey around the perimeter here. It goes down a little bit further. Alright, let's come on up here a touch. Alright. Yeah, that looks like that's going to connect over to this spot, so this should be a pretty easy thing to kind of, you know, just work our way through, like so. Let's make sure to light this up a bit. Let me turn this on so I can make sure we're not getting any zero light areas. Well, seems okay so far. Let's make our way back up to here. Yeah, so up here, that's fine. But in the cave, let's make sure to kind of keep this lit up a bit. Kind of do a little of the same over this way. Maybe put a torch right there. Sure, why not? And just, yeah, we'll do one there. That seems okay. Alright. This all just circles back around. So unfortunately, not a lot going on up here. However, we may uncover some stuff if we, you know, head back to the surface, head over to... Did we check this side? Oh yeah, this is the part that goes down further. That's right, okay. Just kind of smooth this out a touch. Do a bit of this. Make sure it doesn't get too crazy. As we're making our way down. Making our way. Okay, so far so good. Water somewhere down here. Alright, that just kind of comes right down to here. I'm going to utilize that. Okay, let's see what else. The nice thing is, if there are any baddies down here, then they'll get caught. However, this appears to be more of a hindrance for us to explore. So, let's get just a little bit of dirt. Should be okay. Cut that off. Let this do its thing. Hopefully it didn't, like, connect to another source, like right here or something. Nope. Okay. But this is all kind of standing water. Take a little peek. But, yeah, unfortunately that doesn't appear like it's going to go anywhere. So, I mean, it obviously does go somewhere, but I'm not going to worry about getting rid of all of that water. So, what I am going to do is, let's switch to this. I'm gonna dig out a little bit of ore here and there. I think we saw, obviously, some coal and stuff up here, but we can smelt all of this copper, even though we may not really use it, but it'll get us more XP, which is good. Some of the ore, obviously, when you break it, you get XP, but then there are others, like copper, iron, for example, you have to smelt in order to get their XP. And then this coal, sometimes, drops XP, like that. Let's see. We got a little bit over here. Let's go ahead and take care of that. And then some down here. Alright, so, again, waiting game is afoot while I clear out some stuff. Got some zombies as I was making my way back. Boom! I saw him on fire a little bit ago. Guess I thought maybe we'd poke our head around this little opening that I found on our way back. Sure enough, a zombie was hanging out near it, so let's shield up. Come on down. We'll go this way. There's definitely a branch or something that goes off in another direction on the opposite side. Ooh, emerald. Okay. This seems to... Ooh, there is a creeper. There is a creeper right there. Okay. Let's make sure we can deal with this properly. Nope, not a shovel. Can you make your way back up? Come on. I think you can. I'd rather not be over a pit with a creeper, but we need to explore. If he gets a little too close... Oh, like, there's a skeleton approaching. Let's double back. Sounds like it might be up here, potentially. Like, that it could come right here. There's a gap. So, crouching. Being careful. Do I know if I trust it? So, let's, mine out a little bit. See if we can kind of get our way over here. Yeah, it's close. Okay, so the gap that I thought was going to be something is not really much of anything. It was just a slight little indentation in the wall. Okay, we're going to slowly make our way down to this creeper. Seems like there's a couple of blocks here and there that it can't come up because they're at least too high from the looks of it. Let's light this up a touch. Make your way down. Okay, nice. That gunpowder keeps getting further and further away. Ah. Well, it's nice to know if we fell that there would just be some water to break our fall. We got our first gunpowder, though. That's nice. Our XP's floating away, but look at this. It's an underwater cave. All kinds of cool stuff. Little magma blocks. There's a little glow squid over there. If we had, like, a way to completely breathe underwater without having to worry about oxygen at all, I would consider checking that out. But no, thank you. So, now, well, it's getting a little late. Yeah, it's definitely late. Let's just try to make our way back. This could get spicy in the cave. A sheep or a pig in this case. Making some noise. All right, so far, we're good. Let's get home. Nothing. Nothing that I can see. Careful of any drops as well. All right. Boom. Made it home. Let's get some sleep. Good. Continue the waiting game. All right. I had to make a wheat-specific chest. Well, I didn't make the chest. We already had it. Just brought it over from storage here into our little dining crafting room of sorts because I harvested our double farm, so to speak, and we've got a lot of wheat seeds. Not a ton of wheat currently, but I went, fed the cows, all that good stuff. We're level 31 now, so that's good. Now we can get those nice high level enchantments. I think, though, I know earlier I said I don't have much to do with the villagers, but I think I am going to buy mending and put that on my pickaxe. So that way we don't have to worry about, well, making another. But we also will need to craft an anvil, if I remember correctly, in order to apply the enchantment. Again, if I remember correctly. It's either that or there's another one. It might be the grindstone? I don't quite remember exactly. One of those, you can take a book and a tool and apply an enchantment to with it that way. And if I remember correctly, mending is the one villager we've got over here that is set up to sell at our, little stall in the village. And later on, of course, with the wheat, we got those wheat farmers that are inside the village. Do a lot of trading with. We can definitely do that. Get all of our emeralds really, really going. But yeah, that's going to be down the road. Not right now. We're saving the wheat for the cows. That's the plan, anyway. A little harvesting. Hello? Okay. Now, village. Hello to our Fletcher. But you, specifically, mending for 14. Huh? Indeed? I'll just take 16. No. Oh, I need a book. I've got books back there. Do I have a quick way to make a book while I'm here? I forgot I needed a book. Leather, which is cows, and paper, which is sugarcane. Okay, that's on me. I forgot. Alright, back to the house. So I was on my way back to the village the next day. I found a villager who was seemingly trapped down here. So let's alleviate that for this villager, because this looks like one who could actually, make their way to becoming a pro of some kind. He's found the path that we've created. You can do it. Come on. Look, it's just boom, boom. There you go. Excellent. Now go be somebody. Don't fall back into this cave that we might have to come back and explore. See, he's happy. Cool Green Sparkles is happy. Totally. Anywho. Let's come on over here. Hello. So, emeralds, book, mending. I'll take my change. Alright, so we got that. You know what? Since we're here, let's explore the little cave where this villager was stuck. I think this might have been the baby villager. Ooh, that drops. That drops a good amount. We can work with it though. So let's put a little bit of light down. Alright, let's carefully. Basically, I'm not worried about picking this stuff up. I just want to make a nice path that goes along to this side. And we can, you know, start staring our way down, so to speak. So we'll do a bit of this, and then a bit of that. Here we go. Now we're on our way. Check our light levels. 7? Okay. Alright, got a little bit of drop here. So, a little bit of dirt. A little bit of dirt. It seems to be opening up quite a bit. Let's put down a torch for now. Put one over there. I'd like to get one over here. We're going to need to come down a bit more. So, let's do that, shall we? All right. I hear a skeleton. Go away. Okay. This isn't too bad. Not too bad. Just kind of light this up a little bit. Okay. This should be all right to adventure down into. Ooh, here's spiders. That looks like a proper cave. All right. Hopefully. Seems safe up there. I don't see any creepers. Let's just light that up a little bit more. Because they could spawn, you know, like right up there and dive bomb, basically. Alright, this is cool. Zombies. Ooh, this is getting cool. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. Okay. Oh, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea on my part. I should have realized I was standing on gravel. Alright, let's get out of here. Just head back up a little bit, shall we? Like that. See? No problem. That could have been extremely bad. Like, game-ending bad. Alright, let's make some more torches. And a tin. There we go. Like, I want to get over here and explore a little bit. But I kind of want to make my way over here as well. So, let's do that. Using a little bit of the wall here. With the amount of zombies that are around, that could be an indicator. Shenanigans. Oh, I missed my block. I wanted to put it there. Alright, let me see if I can recover that torch safely. Okay. Alright, so far, not too bad. Something falls on a block. That's what that... Hello. I heard it sounded like a creeper. Yeah, we got activity. Yeah, we're kind of a nice, safe space right here. Hello. Now he can make his way up to us. It's fine. Boom. All right. Yeah, I don't trust the upper areas, so to speak. So let's just gonna make our way over a bit. Alright, that looks okay. Light that up. Hello. How's this cave treating you? I was kind of hoping for a spawner nearby, you know? Okay, I think we might just have to make our way safely around this way. Okay, this isn't too bad. That skeleton, though, that could be bad for us, especially slightly elevated above some spiky cave. So let's carefully... I saw another torch mine down here. I'd like to recover. Be careful. Work our way around the cave. Okay. Lava and a drop. Alright. But we've got the cave lit up here, so that's good. That's some progress. What if we come around this way a touch? Ooh, there's a creeper right there. Can he make his way to us? Is he stuck? That's what it seems like. Well, sorry, fella. But I don't want to get too involved in that cave because there's a lot of area I can't see and would have to melee our way to. So this has got potential for, you know, let's come back later when we're even better equipped and explore it. Okay. Not too shabby of a little exploration there. Just make our way out. Of course, it's nighttime. But since we're basically in the village, we could just get a bed here. Namely in this house. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, you're just going to make your way out. Okay. All right. Well, now, let's head back to the house and put mending on our pickaxe. Like I said, I think we need an anvil to do it. I think that is the thing that we need, which we should be able to make. And if not, well, we can just gather all the stuff we need to do it. So, I'll see you in just a bit. All right, so for the anvil, we need some blocks of iron and 3 or 4 other actual ingots. So let's come to here. Let's make 1, 2, 3 blocks of iron, like so. There's our anvil popping up along with an iron ingot. Speaking of anvil, there it is. We have 2 ingots left over. I'm glad we picked up and found a few extras. So, anvil. There we go. You can just go right there. As far as where you're going to live for now, you know what? How about there? And we're going to take our diamond pickaxe and our mending book. This is going to cost us 2 levels to add it onto there, but we get mending. I don't have a name for this because it's just mending, but there we go. Our first enchanted item. Obviously, we're going to do the proper enchanting once we get our bookshelves and stuff going, but I'd say that's a success. That's what I set out to do today, is get enchanting going, and, well, we've done it. We've got cows and wheat that we've got to wait on. It's just the waiting game of right now, and I'm not going to go exploring just yet without a bow with infinity. That's another thing I really want to get. But first enchanted item, and it is closing in on 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how long this episode is going to be, because a lot of this time I've spent just waiting, of course. So this might be shorter than the usual hour or so, but what you gonna do? But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and before I do, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. See you guys later.